Ready.
By the way, everybody, we is live.
By the way, everybody, we is live. Jeepers creepers, now the lights? Will this ever end? Let's get started. Alright guys, here we are. Guess what we're gonna do? Well, I don't know how long I can keep doing this because like so many other guys, you start running out of space after a while to hold on to these things. But I love guitars, I love playing guitar, tinkering around with the guitar amp, the pedals, the online culture, the YouTube community, everything about what we share with each other is a hobby. It's a great hobby, and it's very healthy, and some people will tell you that a man should have a hobby, and this is mine. I'm not in show business anymore, or at least I don't actively pursue it anymore. I left all that behind to come out here to Ohio for everything I already said before in other videos, and this is it, the new guitar. So, without any further waiting, with no further ado, a toast. A toast to what? This is actually going to be a very special unboxing this time, and I'll explain that in a minute. But first things first, let's get into what's next. And what's next is cracking open this ice cold can of lemon, lime, Waterloo seltzer water, and giving a toast to what this is supposed to be, which is a black and white Squier Fender Telecaster. It is from the Sonic series, and I've been checking this out online, and there are good reviews. So, let's see what we can do about this. And now, down the hatch. This stuff has a kick.
So, why this guitar? Well, the reason why is, like an idiot, somewhere along the way in New York City, I had a Fender black and white Telecaster, and I wish I hadn't sold it. It's one of those regrets in life. I had a bunch of guitars and I sold them, and now that I got back to Ohio, I've been buying up guitars again. And the reason why I had the original black Telecaster is that was my Syd Barrett guitar. Now I know that guitar wasn't exactly like Syd's. This guitar isn't exactly like that one. But this guitar is very close to the original one that I had back in the 90s. It's supposed to be black with a white pick guard, and it is a Fender. It's a Fender Squier. It's a Sonic, and let's just get into it, shall we? Put this over here, and trusty buck knife. Let's just get through all this here. A pretty easy open just now. And let's see if I have this right. Do I have the orientation right? Yes. Here we go. There's just styrofoam at the bottom of this. I need 2 hands for this. All right. 1 rubber band at the top. And here we go. a maple neck just like it was supposed to be. This tag says the guitar has been inspected. And it's better than average foam here. That's it. That's what I was hoping it would be. It looks very much like the one I had back in the 90s. And I like it already. Okay, that's just the plastic. I think there's plastic on there. Yeah. There's plastic on the pickguard. You usually get that. So this is it. And let's just lay this down here. And I'll bring the camera over and give you a look. Okay, I'll come over here. And you can see Squier Telecaster. And you come down. It's that maple neck that's not laminated. Here's another tag. Cancer and reproductive harm. Well, that's certainly nice of them to tell me after I bought it. But that's it. That's what it was supposed to look like. That's the guitar that I'm trying to mimic what I had back in the 90s. Let's get a feel on these frets. All right, I can feel them. They could be filed down a little bit, but what do you want for 200 and... Yeah, they're a little sharp right here. I thought it would be better than that coming from Fender. Just because it's called a Squier doesn't mean it's not a Fender guitar, so you would hope for something a little less sharp. They could have taken 10 or 15 minutes and just gone over the edges a little better than that, so I am disappointed in that. Three-way switch. All right, that feels solid. Volume and tone. No problem there. I don't see any marks or dings. This is a front-loading guitar. I suppose you already know that. Let's take a look at the back here. It says Squier on the neck plate, and over here, designed and backed by Fender. Hey, crafted in Indonesia. I thought that was what the no, the other one was Mexican, but I thought this was going to be made in China. I thought these were made in China. Look at that. They're looks to me like, just from what I'm seeing here, see those marks? Is this a used guitar, I'm wondering? You can't help but wonder things like that, because it could be. Who knows? If it plays well and it's not problematic, I'm not really worried about it. Hey, you know, Syd Barrett was a very popular guy amongst his friends, and then he became not just a recluse, but a legend. And as you probably also already know, he's not with us anymore. So I take my hat off to just take a moment and say, Syd Barrett, you know, I've always had a soft spot for Syd Barrett. To me, Pink Floyd was Syd Barrett. And for everything that came after the Barrett years, it all of it was psychedelic, and it all came from the influence that Syd had on the band at the time. And so now I have something here to remember him by, like I used to have. And I'm not going to get rid of this guitar. All the guitars that I have now, I'm not planning on getting rid of no matter how old I get. I'm an old geezer at this point. I'm 61 years old. And I have hit that realization in life wherein it becomes manifest in your thinking that, you know what? 2/3 of my life are gone. So if I'm going to have a Syd Barrett guitar, I need to have something that I can afford and something that at the very least looks like what I used to have. And this does. It looks just like it. And I'm feeling the action on it, and the action's low, way out of tune, but you can expect that. But the action's nice and low. The strings need to be changed, of course, but there needs to be lemon oil on the fretboard and so forth. And I really want to get a file on these frets, because as I go like this, I'm very aware of feeling those things, and you could even conceivably maybe cut yourself on them. So you get what you pay for. It's a Sonic, you know, and there are other Fender guitars that are not Squiers and of better quality. Maybe later in life I can acquire one of those, but for now, this is the new Syd Barrett guitar that I'm going to play. And let me just go ahead and put this here for a moment. And then let's open this up. This is a glary guitar case. And you can see this box has a big crack in it from here to here. And there's a ding here and a mark there and blah, blah, blah. But I bet you it's okay. You know, I've never had a problem with guitar cases from Glary. In fact, they've been pretty impressive. Overall, just generally speaking, they've been of quality that you would think it would cost more. But most of them, I'm getting hover around between 50 and 60 bucks. And I've been getting them on Temu, and particularly from what's called the local shipping or local warehouse. So something like this was not affected by the tariffs. And that's a really good thing. Because this was what, 55 bucks, something like that? I'm not exactly sure. But I got a different color case this time than the other ones. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. And here we have the traditional bubble wrap and dust cover. Which is very nice because these cases arrive in such good condition. See that? See how nice that is? Now, just for the record, by the way, this was bought for the Strat, the Squier Strat. And let me just, that's it. Oh, here it is. Here's the other one. Okay, and there we go. Oh, look at this. Look at this, some kind of catalog, a Glary catalog. Look at that, different guitars. Now, I've never had a Glary guitar. People say to me that Glary guitars aren't that good. But they never sent me a catalog inside one of their guitar cases, so that's a surprise. And I don't think the telly is going to fit in here. But that's the guitar case. And see, it's all nice and plush, and it comes with a key there, and you've got a nice compartment to put strings or whatever in. And I don't know if this, not for the price I paid, that's not going to wind up being leather. Although it looks like leather, it's probably some form of vinyl. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go quickly into the other room and get the strap up. I'll be right back. This right here is the Squier Strat that I bought just a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to take this guitar strap off, put it right there, and as you can see, it doesn't fit. So, hey dude, what do we do now? I'll tell you what we do. I have other Les Pauls. Funny how I thought this would fit in there, but it don't. Not that it doesn't. I'm saying it don't. It don't. Doesn't matter. The truth is I have more Les Pauls than I have guitar cases anyway. And I'm trying to get a hard shell case for every guitar that I have. I'd like to have, I've got an acoustic in there that I'd like to get in a hard shell case. But that's okay. I'm not going to get another guitar and take up any more of your time. I'm just going to say, this is a nice case, like they all are. Let me put the key in its compartment.
Again with the fa-fa flippin' buck knife.
All right. There we go. Yeah, but it's true. I have more Les Pauls than I have guitar cases to put them in. And so this doesn't wind up being a problem. I'm still happy with this. It's very nice, and I have an idea of which guitar to put in here. It's in another case over there right now, and I've got one in there that belongs in the case that this other one is in. It's my first Gibson, and I got it from Temu, and it says Gibson on it. It's a nice guitar and blah blah blah, but it's different from all the others. It's not an Ace Frehley. It's not a Zakk Wylde or a Jimmy Page. This is just a straightforward guitar that doesn't have a famous guitar player's name attached to it. And that's the one that's going to go in this case. So, that's it. And as we usually say at the end of these videos, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.